Today, I'd like to introduce this product to you, GT120WD Wireless Motorized Camera Slider. This camera slider is a combination of many advantages and complete accessories. Aluminum alloy and carbon fiber tube are used for the camera slider. Ball head supports multiple models of shutter cables, extension cord, battery charger, battery, slider control. This controller controls the various operations of the slider. Please charge the battery before use, although our battery is available before delivery. Turn on the slider power and the indicator lights up. Turn on the controller power. In the controller settings, click to Bluetooth search. Search Bluetooth. Setting, Bluetooth setting. The controller will search for itself and connect the string code. Wait for the arrow symbol in the top right corner of the page and the connection is successful. Arrow beside the percentage of slider battery power. First to manual mode, test run. Okay, now test the auto mode. After entering auto mode, we need to set the key points, namely the starting point, the end point. So let's set append point. Set the append point A, which is the starting point we need to run. Press OK and save it. Say yes to press OK, then finish. Let's add another append point, the end point, which is point B. Actually, the controller can add a lot of points, but since I tested the single-axis slider, the key points were only set for 2. Move point B to the desired position. Press OK and save it. Say yes to press OK, then finish. Click Escape to exit to the menu page. There are auto loop and auto stop options. Let's first test auto stop, and the device will run to the endpoint from starting point according to the set. I'm going to start at A, to end at B, and then start. The device will go back to the starting point according to the starting point we set, and then run the shot to the endpoint. Since the camera holder is at point B at the beginning, it will run to point A before performing the operation. Now we're going to go from point A to point B. Since we're setting it at stop at the point, there's no round trip. So it's going to go from point A to point B, and it's going to stop. Okay, it stops from A to B. Auto loop also works from A to B or B to A. We set the starting point as A and the ending point as B. There's a loop count, which is how many times you're going. We set it 2 times, and we start executing. Controller battery power, 80% of the side is slider battery power. Let's say it's running out of battery power and needs to be replaced. We can replace the battery without interrupting the operation of the slider. Now we remove one of the batteries. It won't stop working. I'll replace the recharge battery. And I'll replace another battery. It'll be running all the time, and you can change the battery over and over again. This is the biggest advantage, long power supply. Now the auto loop. It will perform 2 round trips. Okay, the execution is now complete. Now let's try time-lapse. Before setting up, we need to connect the camera to the shutter release of the slider. This is 120cm camera slider. We use Canon camera. The shutter release is shorter and therefore has an extension cord. Insert the camera icon here, connect to the slider and Canon camera. When the device is connected, we can set the operating parameters. Select time-lapse. Set key. The points can be any 2 points in the slider, depending on the distance you want to run. The points A and B have been set before, so set them directly. This allows you to go directly to the time-lapse settings. Setting times. Setting photos. The stop time is the time to go to the next photo. The stop time to the stop time of the shoot. This is to solve the jitter caused by operation in a special environment. Set it to 3 to 5 seconds, more suitable. Delay time is shutter how long it takes to stop and wait for the camera to run. Generally, we should take 2 to 3 seconds. Whether or not to go back. It's going from point A to point B, or from point B to point A. For example, if the number of photos is 500, A goes back and forth from point A to point B. So A goes to B 250, B goes to A 250. Total run 500. If we only need point A to point B, so the loop is no execution. Okay, now we're going to do a panorama shot. Because we are uniaxial, not multi-axial, so we can only set it on the horizontal plane. We estimated the shooting scene to select the number of photos according to the needs. Then all the photos were stitched together into a complete panorama. Let's go into panoramic shot. Diagonal A is the starting point. First, set the starting point. Diagonal B is the end point. Estimate the distance from the beginning to the end point and set point B as required. The number of photos taken at a parallel distance is the number of horizontal photos. The minimum number of photos is 2. We can ignore this one because it is a single-axis camera slider. Stop time, delay time. The same as the description above. Execution begins from the beginning to the end, so the device will go back to its starting point. That's all of our demonstrations. Thanks for your watching. See ya.